Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Flip Thought Show. It's your host with the most key truth, host Bird, Benny Bug, the one with the word, the one with the flow. And we coming at you live, man. 11:28. I know, man. Like I said, I could barely be on here. I don't got too much streaming time on my stream yard since they took off my subscription, and I'm not on the pro. I'm on the free version. Um, we gonna get right into the video. It's gonna be 6ix9ine. About a month ago, he violated his probation, and now he's going back to jail. This video explains why. It's going to be a quick video. We're going right to the next one. Appreciate everybody liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, hitting that notification bell so I know y'all there so I can throw it to you when it's in the air, man. We're going to keep on coming. We're going to keep on going. Let's go.
Hold on, I got you.
6ix9ine signed his big agreement for $7. $5 million, but according to a
I'm almost like an old man at heart. I don't know why I've been like that since I was young. Even with producing, I still like making.
Good girl. She's
You met her?
I haven't met her. But
So why you saying she a good girl? Like,
because I hear the drama about everybody's relationship, and I know any rapper who could say something about me and they got a public girl, I could tell you who your girl off when she was mad at you. Like, I know all of that. I've never heard no dirt about her. Just to keep it a beat. Never heard nothing about it, period.
all right, but she gonna be faithful to the trial.
Yeah,
Anything after that?
I mean, you never know how it goes. I mean, if somebody, how does it go if somebody's, again, I'm not wishing upon him, but if he gets life, like.
No, but after more research, supporters understood why the cops were hunting him. In 2017, 6ix9ine signed his big agreement for $7. $5 million, but according to a recent IRS filing, he owes about $22. $4 million. According to fan comments, 6ix9ine was the unbeaten that year. Everything he released was an immediate hit, so there's no doubt about that. However, after 6ix9ine's case against 9Trey went south, his career took a serious turn for the worse, but he recovered with his hit song, Goober. At this point, though, the federal government began spying on Tekashi 69.
I don't give my old jewelry back to get new jewelry. This is $500,000. $500,000. Look at the diamonds in them teeth. And nobody got this watch. Well, I think like 2 people got it, but if you don't got this watch, we can't beef. Me and you are not in the same bracket at all. If you don't got this watch right here, this watch right here, this watch, over $500,000, why? We can't beef. I broke the YouTube. I'm at 5 million views in 1 hour. Y'all can't even get 100,000 views. Listen. We can't beef. There's no beef. I'm the king.
This is showcasing to the millions that the precise watches and chains are available for purchase. His brand new diamond cars, watches, and chains deteriorated over time. The IRS announced on Monday that it will sell most of 6ix9ine's jewels, music, plaques, and expensive bags in March. The jewelry on display on the official IRS auction website is valued at $36,000. But Bruce the Shark, the diamond, and his well-known water park chain are listed for $63,000. To make matters worse, they are also selling 6ix9ine's music plaques for $1,000 more.
Crazy news. 6ix9ine's most valuable possessions are for auction from the IRS. I mean, we're talking about some of his most iconic chains, even his famous grills. They're only going right now for $1,900. That's insane. We have the jigsaw chain and the spinner shark chain. Those ones price, but we even have some of his bags and all of his plaques are for sale too. Call me crazy, but some of these prices aren't even that bad. Like 10 karat white gold grills for $1,200. Estimated worth $3,000 to $5,000. I mean, like, if you're about that flip life.
After this was widely shared online, 6ix9ine even responded on his Instagram. He was going to say that a year ago, when he was trapped in RD for 8 months, the feds raided the entire house because he had not reported his income for 4 years. They discovered that I was hiding and fleeing in the Dominican Republic, so he was unable to leave and fly to the United States. However, the Fed chose to continue looking into Tekashi 69 for not disclosing his income after 2 tapes were made public. In a video taken from a bank vault, 6ix9ine is seen handling a piece of jewelry that is currently for sale, as well as a safe that contains more than $1 million in cash spread across multiple floors. In addition, there is the famous video of 6ix9ine claiming to have $500,000 when he arrives at his new compound in the Dominican Republic and ordering the delivery of all the supercars. It is assumed that the New York King will return tomorrow.
New York is back tomorrow, April 15th. Listen, you know I don't address nothing. I'm never gonna address nothing. Y'all believe what y'all want to believe. That's a half the ticket right there. You got 1 house right here. 2 houses right here, 3 houses right here, 4 houses right here, 5 houses right here, maybe 2 houses right there.
Rappers usually disregard the digital impact of social media, as demonstrated by Dirk, who just look at the news and see your son screaming. No. The record labels that pay you millions of dollars also report your earnings to the IRS and deduct their taxes from your income. Rondo was reprimanded for yelling when his best friend was killed by Dirk's henchmen.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the side.
6ix9ine. Since they had been hidden for 3 years and had snitched on musicians without anybody noticing, I knew this was coming. In 2021, he tried to keep his music career successful by mocking King Von's passing, and Beezy assures him that he will be taken care of when they enter 600.
Watch to the end for a discount code to Restream's Upload and Stream. Being a content creator can feel like you've always got to be on, always live. It's overwhelming. So stream smarter. Upload your video to Restream and we'll stream it live whenever and wherever you want. Maximize your audience and growth while Restream frees you up to do whatever. Morning, afternoon, or late at night, your stream goes live exactly when you've planned, even while you're offline. It's not about streaming all the time, it's about streaming smarter. Upload and Stream from Restream.
Department of Correction.
So basically, the feds was on him forever. We already know that. But they got back on him because he started just being more sloppy there, tapping his phone calls and all that. And yeah.
Right. When they say violation, February 22nd, 21, right? Well, what did they do that say, bro? It say out in 6ix9ine, right? You feel me? You see how much time they try to give me, right? You gonna go to jail. I just went to jail for saying, come on, bro, this real, like, come on. I can't make this up.
I am unable to 600. The statement added, he posted a video saying that he was going to go after rapper 6ix9ine and had a firearm posted on his social media with an extension. But this wasn't the only rapper, as 42. Doug did the same thing. Breezy revealed that he had been detained in the county jail because 6ix9ine had been spying on him.
Forth between 42 Doug and Tekashi 6ix9ine caused the feds to escalate their pursuit of 42 Doug? I would actually say absolutely yes. Let me explain this to you. March 12th is when 42 Doug was supposed to report to the federal prison. It wasn't until April 29th that the feds actually went out and started looking for him. What happened on April 26th and April 27th? The Doug and Tekashi 6ix9ine internet exchange about starting a box.
42 urged 6ix9ine to expose some real gang members rather than denouncing Dirk's twin, Little Perkio, for spying on 2 rappers and his whole 9 Trey Street clan. This was the final straw in 6ix9ine's musical career and the start of his new grim reality. 6ix9ine withheld a secret from the public until today. After 6ix9ine was connected to a heist in 2018, an $11 million lawsuit was brought against it. The theft started when employees of a New York City 6ix9ine were scouting and tracking Kevin Doshia and Zakita Wanza. The two were robbed using the firearms of 9 Trey police officers. Ironically, my supporters on the street at the same time captured the entire scene on tape while 6699 was filming it from a nearby SUV. When the attorney for 6ix9ine appeared in court following the lawsuit, he admitted that he was completely broke. Ixthi claims, as my current income supports myself, if 2 kids and a mother, my brother and mother, and rely on my accountant, T. Justin Cooey, to give this court accurate information, and he is fully aware of my current assets and sources of income, according to a second declaration that was attached to the defendant's pre-inquest documentation because of my current financial difficulties. I don't think I'll ever be able to command the sort of advances I did prior to incarceration, which ended my career in the event that the court grants its due to the long-term pain and suffering of my dependent family members. I will undoubtedly be permanently obligated to pay the plaintiff's demands for compensation and punitive damages during this investigation. Daniel Hernandez, better known by his stage name, is broke and has a net worth of practically nothing, according to Tekashi 69999's accountant, Justin Cobb. It also shows that 699 recently signed a record deal, and according to this, he kept a small portion of the money from his music streams. He was a money-hungry person who signed every deal because he was only interested in the upfront payment. The unfortunate circumstances resulted in the sighting of 699 on a Spirit Airlines flight. A user shared this widely shared image of 6ix9ine traveling to New York in economy.
I mean, I'm serious. That didn't really, I hate to say it, but that didn't really, like, maybe break down any type of 6ix9ine.
If you were sexually abused in a juvenile detention center, this might be the most important message you hear all year. Because right now, victims are getting up to $580,000 or more in financial compensation without going.
The accusations that T Grizzly impregnated his own.
All right. No. Fuck. Not doing me right now. Who we gonna do, yo? 6ix9ine. I could have swore there was some new shit about him violating his probation, bro, but I guess that shit was old. I have no idea, bro. Plea deal for that's like fucking months and months ago, yo. That's kind of crazy, yo. That's months and months and months. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're your daddy's.
think that's what we just watched. So yeah, man, I don't think there's anything more on this, to be honest with you. You can go to the next video, man, because this is you know,
I told this moron and all this so weird ass shit. Like, so
have him explain why you wasn't going brazy inside the jail when everybody was in the jail going brazy. I'm gonna have him. I'm gonna ask him about
You talk about Bobby A. That's who he was gonna go live with.
Why you think he came all the way from Watts and that areas?
ODM Slim says he knows the truth now, Chan.
To try to.
So I don't think you're gonna be going live with Bobby.
Yeah, I'm alive for this shit. Trash, bro. Bro. Alright, this week up we're gonna do this. We're gonna watch a little bit of this. And then we're gonna leave, man, for the next video. Check this out a little bit. See.
Knock, knock. Hi there. I'd love to show you what a K-12 powered school is really like. Step inside. Here, you can dive into subjects you love. Move as fast or as slow as you need to. And
what's happening? Lush Uno, the coolest podcast in the world, no jumper, and I'm very, very proud to introduce y'all to this guy right here who has an insane story, been through a lot, and is pure. If you just like take talent and crystallize it down to its purest artistic form, this guy embodies it. My guy, Fly Thugga, no hard R, Thugga. You feel me? Yeah,
sure.
So Born and raised in the city of Compton.
Born and raised.
In a pretty legendary section over there, the Grandies.
Nutty Block.
Nutty Block.
Yeah, I grew up on the streets. You feel me, in the neighborhood. The Grandies just like two blocks over from me. Yeah,
Okay.
but you know, I grew up over there. You can say I grew up over there too, because shit, that's where I went. You know what I'm saying? Anytime my grandma getting on my nerves, you know, as a kid, as a teenager, you know what I'm saying? I'm over there. I'm in the Grandies.
That's a kick it spot, right?
Yeah,
for like
sure.
everybody gonna be over there.
Yeah.
But also what I know about Compton is that, like, you know, LA, most parts of LA, you gotta drive like a few minutes to get to the next hood over.
Yeah.
But like I feel like Compton, it seems like every other block is a different hood.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Like, I mean, like my story, for instance, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like our ops, I hate to even say ops now, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like past that, but you know what I'm saying? The neighborhood that that my neighborhood beef with, you know what I'm saying? My other side of the family is from there, and it's only across the street, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom's side of my family, you know what I'm saying, is from the other side, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying how close we
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
It's
I grew up
that
on both sides.
And that's the other thing too. People don't understand, like, the family connections.
Yeah.
It's very common for, you know, the other side to be like, you got cousins from the other side, you got, you know what I'm saying, uncles, aunties, whatever. That's very, very regular. So let's take it back to the point of origin. So what was what do you think is the biggest difference between Compton and LA, for those that don't know?
Compton, I'm not gonna lie, like you know what I'm saying, we all down there like get into it with each other just like LA, but it's just smaller. You know what I'm saying? Then like, you know, you got the Crips. I mean, you know, you got the Compton Crips and you got the Pyros, you know what I'm saying? Majority of us, you know, we get into it with each other, but in prison, you know what I'm saying, we all want, like, as far as all the Compton Crips, it don't matter, you know what I'm saying, about the murders on each other, neighborhoods and all that shit, you know, in jail, you know what I'm saying, it's all Compton Crip, you know what I'm saying, same thing like with the Pyros, you know.
Y'all under the same card, essentially.
Yeah.
Same accordance. So how old were you the first time you like realized what a gang was?
I grew up around the environment, you know what I'm saying? Because the street I grew up on, my dad from my neighborhood, my uncle from my neighborhood, my uncle was Big Woody, my dad is Lil Woody, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so that's the Woody character.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I did that character.
Okay.
Yeah, on the I wanted to do something that, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to make a black Woody, an outlaw Woody at that, you know what I'm saying? Because I actually had like a picture of Woody, and he was he a sheriff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, I gotta switch this over. I want to make him, you know, from Compton. You see him like with the Compton chain. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, got him with the Compton chain, you know, with the fade, you know what I'm saying? You know, got him wanted, you know what I'm saying? Made him outlaw too, because I was talking to him. Oh shit. Yeah, because at the same time, you know, I was like into westerns, you know what I'm saying? Like, since a kid, always been like into westerns. So I wanted to make a Woody that reflect like an old western, you know what I'm saying, style type.
So your pops was called Woody?
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a family. It's a family name.
Sorry, are you Woody as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, baby Woody.
You baby Woody. All right. So as a small child, you already were like, you knew what that blue rag that's on you right now. You knew what that meant. Like,
yeah.
As a small child, would you say like 3, 4, or 5 years old type shit? You already knew?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like in my documentary, like I say that, you know, I was 5 years old when one of my homies told me I was gonna be Baby Woody from Nutty Block. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know, at that time, like I said, I told him I wasn't gonna gangbang, but you know, shit, as time went on, you know what I'm saying, eventually, you know what I'm saying, even in elementary school, you know, claiming the neighborhood. Yeah, so it's been since elementary school.
So, okay, a lot of times the stories when I talk to people from out here, what they be saying is like during elementary school, everything is kind of cool. Like even in, like, you might know what section you're gonna be from type thing, but it's not necessarily like on-site animosity. You might have homies, but then at a certain point, when you guys are in like 6th grade or whatever, you turn 11 or 12, all of a sudden, like, this person can't be my homie anymore. Did you experience that?
Yeah, I experienced that, like going to Compton High. Like I say, like, I mean, the dudes across the street from me, it was always love with me. You know what I'm saying? They always embraced me with love because who my family was on that side. Even though I was from the other side, I took after the side where my dad, you know what I'm saying, my uncle, and then was from, because that's the side I like grew up on. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was always love. You know what I'm saying? Like they with me. You know what I'm saying? But it just then like I say, in high school, even the same dudes I went to middle school with. You know what I'm saying? I was cool with them, even like in high school. Like when I run across them, then like the homies that's like younger than me, they run into him, they tripping. But
Right.
with me, it was like, nah, don't, you feel me? But it just
stall them out.
Yeah,
type.
stall them out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was times like, I mean, yeah, and this happened like in the court building, you know what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
after school, we walked through the court building to go to the Gardena bus, and we had run into certain ones, you know what I'm saying? But it was just
Yeah.
hard for me to even, like I say, get involved into that. You know, it just, I mean, but you know, over the years, certain things transpire when people get killed, and then now it's like, now yo, hate started to grow for him, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's, you know, it comes to a point where you got to pick a side, you know?
Because like a lot, what I see from a lot of people is a lot of the beef that they inherit, they don't even understand. Like I've asked a lot of people from you know, like for example, like 6ix9ine or A-Tray, be like, do you know what y'all are beefing over? And a lot of them don't even, like, I'm more educated to the origins of why they killing each other's homies than some of them are, and that really struck me. Was it kind of like that, or were you like, do you even know why these other sections are your ops like that?
Nah, and that was another reason why it was hard for me to even have hate, you know what I'm saying, towards them hoods, because it's like, damn, for what? You know what I'm saying? I'm more so gonna question it. You know, I'm not one that's gonna jump out and say, oh, them, or you know what I'm saying? It was always me. I was like, damn, what is the reason for it? Like, I don't really have no reason, you know what I'm saying, to hate them dudes, you know?
So were you close with your parents growing up, your mom and dad?
Yeah, hell yeah. My dad, you know, he basically like raised me all my life, you know what I'm saying? My mom's too, you know, but I really grew up on my dad's side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So strong relationship with Woody. You feel me?
Yeah.
So at what age would you say like you jumped off the poach?
16. Yeah, like when I really just started taking it serious, you know, I was 16, because like something transpired at Compton High. I got into it with a dude. He was, you know, he was talking shit about me, you know what I'm saying? He didn't know that my girlfriend had him on three-way. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about, oh, what he gonna do to Woody and this and that. So, you know what I'm saying? That morning I just got a lock, and then I put it on my I got lock out my dresser. You feel me? And so first thing when I seen him at Compton High, you know what I'm saying, I bust him in the head, you feel me? And then, but you know,
lock in a sock?
Yeah. Hey.
Get him with the lock in a sock?
Yeah, hey, my boy Eli the Mayor was there.
Oh,
yeah, my boy Eli the Mayor was there.
Hopefully he packed a lunch.
Hey, yeah, no, but what happened though, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say dude was no punk. You feel me? I ain't gonna say no punk, because the next day, you know, he came to school looking for me with a motherfucking, like, you know, with a 4x4, you know what I'm saying? But the only reason, but the dude, right, you know, when I bust him in the head, I was gonna keep going, but the school police came out and started chasing Limp. I mean, with Eli, you know what I'm saying? So the whole time I'm thinking like, you feel me? They coming for me, so I run down the laundry all the way to my neighborhood. The school police car flying, but I'm thinking that after me. But you know, I already busted dude in the head. He got down there 5 staples, but to make a long story short, when he came to, I mean, he ended up coming to my neighborhood. You feel me? Looking for me. So now I'm like, damn, I got somebody coming to the neighborhood looking for me. I might as well really start gangbanging, and that's when I really started, you know, hanging with, you know what I'm saying, the homies that was really, you know, trooping.
So, okay, school police, that's a concept that most people is foreign to them. Most schools don't have like full-on police forces. What's the school police?
You know, to keep order. Yeah, like my boy Limp, he wasn't even going, I mean, he wasn't even going there. That's why when they see him, you know what I'm saying, they are, oh, you feel me? They started chasing him because they knew he wasn't supposed to be on campus.
Okay. And but they got badges and everything.
Yeah,
they
look
police
just like
force,
the regular police.
Okay.
Yeah, they look just like the regular police.
Did Compton High have like metal detectors and all that?
No.
Like, okay.
No, not that time.
Okay, because this is a while ago. This is a while ago.
Yeah, this 2000. What happened? Like 2002 in LI. Like 2002. Yeah, 2002. Yeah.
02. Okay, so around that time, like you jump off the porch and you're getting at that point. Why do you feel like you were so invested in gangbanging? Like why did that become your passion?
Shall I say? Shit, since a kid, I always wanted to put on for my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I was a little kid. I just, I just wanted to put on for my neighborhood. I was already getting so much love, you know what I'm saying, and embrace, you know what I'm saying, because who my dad and my uncle is, you know, my uncle, he a reputable, you know what I'm saying, Big Woody, he a legend, you know, from Compton and just, you know what I'm saying, the whole California, you know what I'm saying.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, then my dad too, he got a lot of love, you know what I'm saying. So by me being from that family, you know what I'm saying, they automatically embraced me since I was a baby. You know, my auntie Sherry, you know what I'm saying, she always kept me with her, and we be going like to different little parties in the neighborhood and like, you know, different little spots, you know what I'm saying. But mainly my auntie, you know, my auntie Sherry raised me because she couldn't have kids. And then my dad, he had me when he was like 15. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
My mom, she was down at like 14. You know what I'm saying? So they was young, living their life. But you know, my auntie, she hung out. You know what I'm saying? She like down there from the neighborhood. I mean, shit, she grew up her whole life in the neighborhood. So yeah.
Okay. So at what point, like, do you feel like, because the thing that really sticks out about you to me is your artistic talent.
Yeah.
You're like an amazing artist. Now we're going to talk about the whole like process and trajectory of what led you to where you at right now. But like, when did you first realize that you could draw?
Since since like elementary school, you know, I always just been into drawing, and you know what I'm saying, everybody just always, you know, came to me to draw stuff, and I always had like a creative talent. Yeah, and it's like something I mentioned even on my documentary. You know what I'm saying? The dudes who went to elementary with us was my boys from Park Village. You know, and so like, even to this day, they, you know, they just bring up, you know what I'm saying, they bring up like drawings I used to do back in elementary. You know, but it's just something that's always been my passion. Like especially over time, you know what I'm saying, it's just something that I love doing. This creating. You know what I'm saying, and creating something different that I know that's hard in my head is creativity. You know, like all this is creativity and bringing it to life.
Did you get love for that, or did people like try to like ever like hate on it, where they're like, "Oh, you just be drawing, that ain't gangster"?
No, it was just more so like I say, elementary and middle school, and when I got into to Compton High, I didn't really draw as much. You know, I'm running the streets. You know what I'm saying, and so I didn't really pick up drawing until when I had caught a life sentence, and went to juvenile hall, and I mean, 'cause I had caught life as a juvenile. You know, so that was like my pastime. You know, was drawing.
And we're definitely going to get into that. Yeah. But as far as like, you know, every hood's got graffiti. Every hood's got like people that are hitting up the walls, let you know what section you in. Yeah. Were you the guy catching spots for you?
Hell yeah. That's how I really like my graffiti on Fly Thugger. You know, that's really how I got my striking. I mean, like I said on my documentary, I used to mimic my homie Baby Bam strike'ems. You know what I'm saying? He always used to tag up all down Caldwell. That's the main street that go through my neighborhood. Like it's like a main street that
major thoroughfare.
Yeah, and it's all walls. So he's always just tag. You feel me? So I always mimic his strikings. I mean, his strike'ems. You know, as a kid, and I go home and I'll be tagging on shit. And my dad, he'll whip me because you know he went into that, like especially elementary.
Yeah,
you know, he see me tagging the hood like what. He used to whip the hell out of me. I mean, and tell me what you think. I mean, what do you say? Oh, you want to be Mr. Nutty Block, huh? You know, he'll be whooping my ass. Yeah, but that's why I ended up getting, when I went to prison, I had life. I tattooed Mr. 1665 on my eyebrow. I mean, because that's the street to the hood. You know what I'm saying? But
on your eyeball?
No, my eyebrow.
Okay,
I had a big ass Mr. 1665 and NY right here. But you know, getting out, I didn't want to be no target. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they already be thinking that's neighborhood. So yeah, but you know.
Yeah, that's an interesting distinction that a lot of people don't get, because y'all wear the New York hats, and neighborhood crib wear the New York hats too. So a lot of people might associate that. But if you're from Compton, that means something completely different, right?
Different, yeah. Then it was just like, so like I say, when I did tattoo my face, I gave up on life. I'm like, I'm not never going home. I'm just, you feel me? I already got life for the neighborhood, so I'm just about to front line. I'm about to step up on every DP. I'm about to really put on. So,
and it's funny because like when you got locked up a long ass time ago, face tats weren't as common for like regular people. Like now it's not even just like a gangbanger thing. You'd be like a random SoundCloud rapper or just like a random hipster. You could have face tats at this point, but like at that time it really meant something, right? Like
I had tattooed my face like in 2012. I did it myself in the mirror. I'm tattooing like this in the mirror. Like from all my tattoos that I got over my body, I did myself. Even my homie face that I had called life over, I tattooed his face right here. I did it myself.
So there's some like pretty legendary people from your section. First of all, BG Knockout and Dresa, right? You know what I'm saying? Do you remember like being a kid and like being like, oh, these dudes are in the rap game doing their thing?
Yeah, they did music videos at my house. I was in a few of their music videos.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah. That's family right there. Yeah.
When you were a little ass kid type shit? Or like...
I'm riding my bike, you know what I'm saying? Past homies, they filmed clips in my backyard, in my front yard, and
my favorite verse in the history of hip hop. Well, it's the knockout definition. Come on, man! Like that's a life-changing verse right there. Did you? And then of course there's another guy that's super legendary from your section, battle rapper, good friend of mine, Geechee Gotti.
Yeah.
So were you and Gotti outside together in those early
sure.
days?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Yeah, Walton. You know what I'm saying? We go back since Walton. I think I'm like a year or two older than Gotti. But but mainly at Compton High, that's when we, you know what I'm saying, as we, you know, we really develop and really start full-fledged, you know.
ULI, the mayor, Geechee, all kind of in the same age group type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we just like a year apart. I think I'm like a year younger than Li, and Geechee, like I'm like probably 2 years older than him, I think.
Yeah. So when I look at gangbanging, I feel like there's 3 phases of gangbanging. You can correct me if you think I'm wrong. There's the fun phase.
Yeah.
There's fun with consequences. Then there's consequences.
Yeah.
So when did it transition from being fun to fun with consequences for you?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It was fun, but it was always consequences. Like I already knew, you know, about the death. You know what I'm saying? It was one of my homies got killed, probably like 3 houses down from me. You know what I'm saying? When I was like in 6th grade. Yeah, but he was like 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? But that's when it really like fucked me up as a kid. Like this witness, like, the homie, damn, he really got killed. You know what I'm saying? Then my auntie, even growing up, my auntie, she used to be on me like, boy, I don't know why you in the gangbang. You only gonna end up in jail or dead. So, you know what I'm saying? So from her telling me that and things I experienced on block and, you know what I'm saying, just living that life, I knew what came with it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have no fear.
I don't understand how people could have any expectation of you doing anything besides that when it's like pretty much served to you on a silver platter. It's this is what you're gonna do. This is where you come from. This is who your pops is, who your uncle is. Like, I don't understand how anybody would have any other expectation. Is there other members of your family that went a different path and were just like more square? I know square is not the right word, but you know what I'm saying? Like traditional.
Yeah, I had an uncle, you know what I'm saying? My dad, older brother, you know, he joined the military. He doing good. Yeah. My uncle, Benny Ray. Yeah.
But most of your influences and most of the people around, everything around you is pretty much telling you, bang the set. This is what's important, and this is the direction to go for the most part.
Yeah, and my block too, like the street I grew up on, you know, it was shit, especially the early 90s, mid 90s, shit, that's where it was, that's where everybody kicked it at, you know what I'm saying? That's where the shootouts occurred. That's where I used to be looking out my window, even as a kid, looking at the shootouts, you know what I'm saying? My family laid on the ground, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, I want to see, you know what I'm saying? Because I always watched it on TV through like the Cowboy Indian movie, so it's like now I get to really see like full-fledged shootouts.
So you don't even realize how like tough it really is. Kind of at that point, you're like, oh, this is damn near exciting because I'm watching it in movies, like, and that kind of normalized it to you. So you're like, all right. So okay, what's your first memory of a shooting?
Damn, what's my first one? Oh yeah, like my neighbor. I mean, and too, that was another thing too. Like next door, you know what I'm saying, to the house I grew up at. You know what I'm saying, I had homies who live right there. You know what I'm saying, and all the homies used to hang out right there. So yeah, this probably was down there like 94 because one of the homies that was involved, you know what I'm saying, he passed in 95. You know what I'm saying, so I'm probably down there like 8, 7 years old. You know what I'm saying, looking out the window, the shotgun, watch homie run down the street with it after the shooting. So yeah, it was just a part of me like growing up, just watching it.
So, okay. So then you wind up, you're 16 or 17 when you caught that?
My case, 17.
You're 17.
Yeah.
Okay. So what led up to that, like that situation right there?
First of all, I was in camp. I was in juvenile camp. You know, me and my homies, we used to walk through the neighborhood. And, you know what I'm saying? So we seen somebody walk through the neighborhood. We pocket checked them and he ended up telling on me. You know what I'm saying? We went to jail from the Grandees, you know what I'm saying? Me and my homie Mike Dog. But, you know, during that time, one of my homies got killed. You know, my homie Darwin got killed. And
R.I.P.
And so when I got out of camp, you know, that's the only thing that was on my mind was retaliating. Yeah.
So wait, so first you went to camp for just banging on someone. What was the charge?
No, my bad. Yeah, we had pocket checked somebody.
You pocket checked, so you jacked him.
Yeah, and it was strong on robbery. Like I said at that time, I'm not even knowing it's strong on robbery. I'm looking at the police like that's him gonna be in the buster letting us go to his place. Like, no strong on robbery.
No, for real though. For real, it's like he should have been about it.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, that's so him being a punk that is going his pocket. Like, I'm sick. I'm not knowing. You know, I'm not knowing.
No, that's like the fact that you're able to have that self-awareness to realize how insane it is that you even thought that was an appropriate thing to say to the cops. Like, what you mean?
I'm like, what the hell? Like,
don't you see he's a buster? Arrest him for being a bitch. Like,
that's one thing I remember my auntie telling me, like, boy, you don't need to commit no crimes. Because he like, boy, you don't even know what the fuck to say. Like, yeah.
So okay, so you did this. You went to camp. What was it like when you first went to camp? Is it instant fades with enemies type shit? Like same thing as
hell yeah. I mean, hell yeah. Like my first, like one of my first little conflicts. You know, when I get in there, you know, they already know who I am. You know what I'm saying? It's already people there that I know. So you know, one dude, you know, said you got to line up like this. Feel me? So first thing I see, he throw up like. You feel me? So I throw up his hood, like, nigga. So he just, I'm like, yeah, all right, like, you know. So we end up lining it up, getting it cracking up. Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, in campus ways, you can get away with fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we gonna sign up on the rec crew. Like, all right, we sign up on the rec crew. Get down.
They I swear to God, they encourage it. You feel me? Who? Like the guards or deputies, whatever they call it. You feel me? In the halls, they be encouraging pool. They want to see pools fade. I feel like.
I mean, no, you got certain ones, but this particular situation, you know, didn't nobody know. Hell yeah, but shit, you know, I'm not gonna lie, you like a big dude, like a little stocky dude. You feel me? At that time, I'm like hella skinny, you know what I'm saying? But you know, my only thing I got wind. I mean, I got winded because I always just move like when I fight, always.
Yeah.
You feel me? But yeah, shit, he got winded too because he damn near buddy could even hit me. You know what I'm saying? So for him just to stop and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he said his hood, like, woo, like, yeah, I'm with the whoop. So I tell him, I'm with the whoop. You know what I'm saying? But I'm tired as hell. I'm like, you feel me? I'm lucky as hell eating. I'm tired.
Hey, conditioning goes a long way in fights. Let's be honest. You feel me? Like people don't understand you. The person that's going to win the fight, he going to monitor the other person breathing and all that shit.
Real,
like,
he had the ups on me. You know what I'm saying? Had he known that, I don't think he really knew. But I'm like, I'm already skinny, you know, I bet he gained weight, you know what I'm saying? Since I've been out and like towards the end of my time, I used to be skinny as hell.
Yeah. Okay. So you went to the halls, then you came home. How long you were in the halls for? What, like
5? Well, I was like 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah, I did 4-month camp program and just 1 month in juvenile hall, and that's when they sent me to camp for.
And that whole time you got revenge on your mind, pretty much.
I mean, towards the end, because it was towards the end, you know, that's when that happened. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you know, I already had my mindset on what I'm gonna do when I got out. Like, you know, this is what I'm gonna do. You know?
And to be clear, there's nothing incriminating we're talking about.
Yeah, I already did my time for it.
You did substantial time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't no federal nothing. We're not like we're talking about things that already happened. And there's no. So okay, so you got. What was the reason that you got? So the dude had killed one of your homies, or particular neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you were just like, I need that essentially.
Yeah,
and then,
that's. I mean, you know, that's how you really was raised. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, it's eye for eye. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I had to even realize, even in prison, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because I was watching. I was watching the documentary. I think it was the one Dale Dog, but he was saying, like, you know, shit, the biggest gangs is shit America. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
America, Russia, they doing the same shit motherfuckers doing on a smarter scale out here in these neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? But that's what got me into you know, social study and history. You know what I'm saying? Once I started reading, I'm like, damn, like shit, this ain't nothing but a game. America ain't nothing but a game. You know, they clicked up with England and
100%. Yeah.
So
the UN, the UN's like basically like the neighborhood card, and then you got like
connected. I mean, basically clicks among.
And then you got you feel me, North Korea and North Korea and Iran and China. They basically like moving and grooving. So like it's crazy. Like it literally is the same thing, but on a global scale.
Yeah, on a global scale, ain't no different from Clips. I mean, from Crips and Bloods. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Wait, what do they call the Russians in China?
The Soviets you're talking about, or the or communists?
Yeah, communists. Yeah, communist country, and we're I mean, what is it?
Democracy.
Yeah, democracy.
Yeah.
So that ain't no difference from Crips and Bloods. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much. It's like the whole way we look at society and the way things should be run. Like we look at it as everybody has their own free will, has a choice, and then in communist countries, it's like the country is first before everything. So that's like the main difference. Okay, so you come home and you got
What up, though? Slade here. I want to introduce you to your new favorite collaborative tool. Let's go. Start with your own loop. From there, you can open up your DAW, start firing off right away. Either if it's just a piano, maybe it's a little bit layered. After that, you're just gonna bring it right into your DAW, chop it up, add your special sauce, and there you have it. Start with your own loop. With that being said, we are out. Peace.
You're on a mission. You feel me? Like you're trying to up the score. What happened?
Should I end up getting shot on accident? I ain't even kill. I didn't even get a chance to even hit nobody. You know what I'm saying? I got hit on with some friendly fire. You know, some friendly fire took place, and that's shit. I almost died. You know what I'm saying? Even from that, yeah. But should I still end up getting trial? You know what I'm saying?
So it's friendly fire then. So it's not even like so it's an accidental basically
accidental thing.
Okay. And somebody wind up getting hit, you feel me? And then so when did the like did you know like instantly like oh shit, like I'm it's like
hell yeah, I just fell down like damn, you know, but it's crazy because I never thought I was gonna be able to walk again. I thought I was dead. Like that was one of the most tragic times of my life. Like it's crazy even looking back at it now, like to know that I survived that and you know what I'm saying, survived that time and just everything that I went through, just like, you know, it's like damn, looking back at it now, it's like
where did you get shot?
In my hip.
Okay.
Yeah, shit went through like my pelvis and you know it was like it was like poking out my hip. I got shot with an AK. Yeah, AK-47. Yeah, 17 years old.
So if that had hit your spinal cord, it would have been all bad. Like you probably would have been paralyzed.
I mean, shit, it really went through my hip and like ripped all my muscles out my hip, out my leg. You know, to where I was in a wheelchair, you know, for a while, and the doctor just said however much your muscle come back is how much, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be able to walk. But yeah, it didn't, especially being in the halls at that time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still like gang stuff going on. And they see me, they already know what I'm in there for. So it was like, you know, I remember a time, it's my first time trying to walk outside the wheelchair, and I had to get sutures, like my stomach got infected. They had to slice open my stomach. I had like 4 sutures.
Damn.
I barely could walk. Like my leg, like my leg used to go out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no muscle in my leg. So when I try to get out the wheelchair, like I slip and fall, like bam, and that shit hurt my stomach. My stomach is wide open. But I remember one time I'm trying to walk, my first time walking a wheelchair. I walked to go get some water. And then I see like, you know what I'm saying, one of my oppositions, you know what I'm saying, same dude I used to try to, you know what I'm saying, protect, you know what I'm saying, when the homies used to want to be on him.
Right.
Because this family from my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, no. But it's crazy. He seen me in the first, you know, he dissed my neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? But I can't do shit, man. I'm barely learning how to walk. I'm shy. I'm just like stuck. I'm just lucky he ain't rushed me. You feel me? It would have been bad.
Damn.
But, you know what I'm saying? But I guess he was waiting on my reaction. Like, but I can't do shit. Like, yeah.
So so when you got snatched up at that exact moment after you got shot, because obviously you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So when the paramedics come or whatever, the police come too, and they're like, and then what do they send you back to the halls for? Like,
nah, I went to jail right after that because you know, one of the dudes from across the way said, they shot one of their homies. You know what I'm saying? He said, you know, the Nutty Box did it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And then they just came and snatched you up, basically.
Yeah, I mean, and then like 5 minutes later, shit, Martin Luther King shit. Well, I'm right there, so it's like Martin Luther King was only like 5 minutes away. So they just put 2 and 2 together.
Okay. And then is that the charge that wound up sending you?
Yeah, murder and 2 attempts. Yeah.
So it's a murder and 2 attempts.
And aiding. They got me as an aider and abater. Like you participated with this. So yeah.
And were you expecting, what was your sentence? They gave
90 to life.
90 to life.
Yeah.
So you're 17 years old.
17.
And so by that logic, you're going to get out when you're 107 years old. You feel me? You're going to most likely die in prison. Like, what's your first thought? You're there. I'm assuming some of your family members, close friends are there.
Yeah.
And were you surprised, or did you kind of know like, oh shit, it's going to be slimy?
I was like surprised. I'm like, how the hell did they convict me on this? Because, you know what I'm saying, they didn't really have nothing like, you know what I'm saying, well, pointing to me. But too, when I went on my appeal, I realized that, you know, the judge, she scratched my defense from my jury instruction, which said, we acknowledge that a crime is being committed and the failure to prevent it don't amount to aiding and abetting. Like, you know, so just because I'm there, that don't mean You feel me? That I participated. But,
right, which is perfectly logical.
Yeah, and that's the only thing they had was presence. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I mean, shit, man, I'm not gonna lie. Like that court, right? They don't play fair. You know?
That is so up. Compton Courthouse, where it's grimy, like O3 Greedo said. Like, gosh, okay. So when you got busted and you first seen what the charges were, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, you're not a snitch. You're not a rat. You're a real one. And that, I mean, like, it shows by all your homies, or a lot of your homies are here right now. You feel me? You're well respected. Did you feel like, was it just not even an option in your head? Like, what, ratting? Or would ratting have changed? Let's say you did. Would that have changed anything?
Probably,
right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know because you know people be telling they still get life. You feel me? So
yeah,
but with me, it's not no option. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, my shit since a seed, you know, I already know. You know what I'm saying? Like my auntie always said, you only end up in jail or dead. So what I'm gonna tell for it? You know what I'm saying? I know the consequences of me gangbanging and what's gonna come from this. So I know I can get life. I know I can end up dead. So you know.
Do you think because you had spent some time in the halls at this point and stuff, you're kind of like getting used to being incarcerated too? Like it's not that scary of a thing to you?
Nah, I mean, you know, I'm a person that adapt. You know what I'm saying? I adapt to the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, I adapt. You know what I'm saying? But like you say, going to that camp program, you kind of get used to being and you know what I'm saying, shit locked up. But yeah, it's just I adapt. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really trip out the time because I was more so looking at like, oh man, I'll be back home, especially where we found on my appeal. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get my shit reversed, but it didn't happen like that. You know, luckily the law changed for people who were sentenced to life as juveniles. Yeah,
that's so crazy to me that was even a thing. And like, you know, we were actually talking about this. I wish Flacco ass was here right now because he was talking about the new DA Gascon or whatever when he came on and he tried to reverse. And this is in LA. I think it's slightly different in Compton, but it's he had changed the law so where if you're a juvenile offender, you can't get life. You feel me? But the fact that was ever a thing is crazy.
Yeah, I did 21 years. I did more of my life in prison, in jail than I did on the streets.
Okay, that's crazy. We gonna talk about all that. So you get so you got busted. What sentence in your head were you expecting? Like 25 to life?
I thought. Well, you mean the sentence from the?
Yeah.
I knew it carried life. Yeah, I knew it carried life.
But you didn't think they was going to say like 90 minimum, probably. Huh?
Yeah, but you know, life is life. That's what I was always told. Like, you know, life is life, so it really didn't matter. You know.
So so you got busted, you're trying to fight the case, you kind of know it's a lost cause, you're definitely not going to be, you know, snitch, regardless. You feel me? Then they said you. So are you by that time you got sentenced? Were you 18 yet, or are you still 17?
Yeah, I was 18 when I got sentenced, but you know they go off when the crime occurred.
Yeah. Right. So because a lot of times, like if you're commit a crime as a juvenile, and then they sentence you after you turn 18, they might give you, they might send you to YA or give you juvenile life, and you'll max out when you're 25 type shit. But
yes, I got sentenced as an adult.
They sentenced you as an adult. You feel me? Gave you 90 to life. Where did you go from there? Like, what's the first prison you went to?
Let me see. Well, the first prison I went to was New Folsom.
Okay.
I went to New Folsom. I had a homie there, so it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like
level 4 yard?
Yeah, level 4. I did all my time on level 4. I never seen no other levels. Yeah.
So what's the difference for people that don't understand? Like, what's the difference between like a level 4, level 3 yard and like a regular prison yard?
The security level. You know, level 4 is more 180 is secure to where even the pods is like broke down. You know what I'm saying? To A section, B section, A, B, and C section, and like, then it's a lower level of the level 4, which is a 180, is to where it's more a little open. You know what I'm saying? It's still level 4, but then level 3, you know what I'm saying, you get more time out. You know what I mean? Out, running around, it's a little, the security is lesser.
So in a level 4 yard, you spend the majority of your time in your cell?
Yeah, hell yeah. I remember one time, once upon a time, you only used to come out for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? But then over time, like probably down there probably like 10 years ago, they end up changing it to where you get to come out for day room. You get to either go to day room or yard, and then you get to go out for night yard or stay in for day room. If like I say, for the majority of the time, it was only like 2 hours recreation. That's if you're not on lockdown. You know, a lot of shit be happening on level 4s to where they used to even Leo ass slammed down for months.
What's like the craziest fade story that you have that you feel comfortable talking about?
Fade story?
Yeah.
Let me see which one. Shit, I got a lot of fades. But yeah, like one of the craziest ones, like my boy, one of my homies didn't take his cell phone right up. You know what I'm saying? He was my older homie, and I used to feel like he used to treat me like a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Try to little homie you.
Yeah, and then it was like, you know what I'm saying, even though I got, you know, a name and I got love, you know what I'm saying, for my family, but you got some dudes that hate that, that envy that, you know what I'm saying? So I used to feel that that's where it came from, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't used to let me use his phone and shit, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, which is cool, you feel me? Because I get my own shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was just how he used to treat me in the cell. But yeah, but to make a long story short, you know, so I got caught with my phone, I took the write up. He got caught with his phone, he didn't want to take the write up off me, you feel me? So I'm mad, like, damn, this thing ain't gonna take his own write up, like, you feel me? So now I gotta punish. I mean, now I gotta get punished with his time. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
because basically you're supposed to, if you get caught with something, that the protocol is you take responsibility for it, but he ain't want to do it. So it's kind of like, hey, I don't know. You feel me? So like instead of taking responsibility.
Yeah. Then so I mean, then so what happened? Right, I'm coming in from yard. You know, I'm just I mean, I was running a few laps. I got it on my head because I'm like, man, one thing I'm not about to do is let him transfer up out of here without me getting on him. You know what I'm saying?
So he knew you was already on that ass.
Nah, he not knowing because I'm a humble person. Okay. I don't carry myself aggressive. So I just walked in the cell. If I had one of my homies from Park Village, Squatty Bone watch the door. I'm like, hey, Squatty, man, watch this door, man. I'm about to get on this fool. You feel me? So he watched the door. I just go in there. You feel me? Get on my older homie. He's like, oh, man, what's this for, man? You a bitch, man. You a bitch. He's like, oh, man, what's this? He's screaming, you feel me? But he a tall dude, you know, when he did get up and shit, I mean, when he did hit me, you feel me? It dazed me. It fucked me up. You feel me? Toward the homie spot. Hey, break that up. Once he seen he got a good hit on me, you feel me? Cause my homie, he down there like my dad age when I got off on. You know what I mean? He down there like 6, he down there 6 something tall. You feel me? Yeah, but yeah, that was like one of the coldest things. Oh yeah, then I'm standing in the cell with him. You know, I'm not leaving. He just like, when it's over, like, man, what's that? Go ahead, man, you ain't take your phone right up. Man, I did. Man, you didn't take your phone right up.
But that changed the dynamics in the cell after that, huh?
Yeah, like, he was humble now. You know what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden he offered me burritos and
you want to use the toilet first, bro?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Now all of a sudden he, you know what I'm saying? But it was humbling for him because he never seen nobody, especially just go from 0 to 100. It's only.
You humility is like a weapon because people don't realize they might think that you're a chill guy, but you're liable to go bad at any second if they're doing some dumb shit, right?
Yeah, man.
So, okay, there's been a lot of talk these past few years, like particularly in LA County. You're not hearing about it as much in prison, but people after their winning phase are doing crazy shit, peanut buttering, carroting apparently is a thing now too. Like, what are your thoughts as a long-term inmate or former inmate?
Damn, I don't know. That's like you say, that's new. I haven't really witnessed nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like I said, I did most of my time in prison. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff happened.
That's county jail shit. Yeah,
that's county jail type stuff. Yeah, but it did. It do happen. They do shit like that to try to humiliate somebody or.
Is it true that would you say that LA County is a jankier place to be than prison?
Ooh, that's crazy, right? It's crazy because when I was in pen as a kid, you know what I'm saying, getting ready to go. I mean, when I was in the county, getting ready to go to the pen, they always say, oh, you gonna hit that level 4, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to wear books around your stomach, man, because it's gonna be cracking and moved, and you get there, it's not that. And then here it is. I did down there 20 years, and I'm going back down to LA County on my appeal. Oh man, it's about to be cracking down there, man. You better keep you a thing. Yeah, you better, even when I go down there, it's regular. You know what I'm saying? It's normal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But again, at that point, you're probably like somewhat desensitized to what's going on and being locked up because you've been locked up for so long. Yeah. I'm assuming that you might not have the clearest perspective. Like what's something that's not janky or threatening to you to a normal person might be terrifying. You feel me? Because you've already been through so much shit. You did 20 years. Like, oh, I'm just going to another fucking facility, whatever. You feel me? Like,
then that's another thing. I just try not to overthink it. People just blow shit out of proportion, and when you get there, it's not even Nah, man, I'm not taking away from the county because shit did happen. You know what I'm saying? Do shit go down, but at the end of the day, you know, you gotta stand your ground, and that's what I did. You know what I'm saying? Just stand my ground, just through everything I've been through. You feel me? And stand on whatever decisions that I made. You feel me?
What would you say what would you say is like the most like frightening experience? What was the most scared you were? Was it when you were facing that charge, or was like there's something in prison that was scarier than that?
Damn.
Being a part of the union has allowed me to have the health care that I need. It's allowed me to be in a position where I feel appreciated.
I love my kids, but I also love not being broke. So this back to school season, I'm just gonna spend less on them. Amazon has low prices on everything kids need, like sports stuff for a sport that they'll hate in 2 weeks.
Like 2 years ago or some shit, right? Oh shit.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. When they told me shit, I was facing murder case, man. I'm man, my heart dropped. I didn't want to pay. You feel me? 17 years old. I didn't want to faint on that bed. You know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah. Then like, well, as far as in prison, like, I mean, like one of the coldest prisons that I went to was Salinas Valley. I was there like 9 months. It was there like 6 different racial riots cracked off. You know what I'm saying? It was like probably 2 of them when I was on the yard, but it was different races, and it was just crazy, like seeing them going at it and police shooting, and like you trying to watch out. You know, it's just crazy.
So if it's like blacks versus essays, blacks versus Mexicans, do the Bloods and Crips come together as one?
Yeah, hell yeah, most certainly.
That kind of shows you something, right? That like a lot of the things that we use to divide us and they're different is kind of not really a thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's why I like getting out. Like, I don't really take shit personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because in there, I'm cool with dudes we was going at it with. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with Bloods, with Power Rules. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with all these dudes. You know what I'm saying? And then shit. I mean, shit. You may be cool with them and be getting into it with your own people. You know, with your own homies. Even some people that you know from your own neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I'm not gonna lie. After going through that time, it matured me as a man to have my own mind and deal with things the way I deal with it and shit. I mean, like even being out here, I don't really care where nobody from. Shit, I'll be looking forward to designing clothes and doing collaborations with dudes. You know what I'm saying? From the other side, I don't care. You feel me? Because I'm more on some business shit. You know what I'm saying? The street shit, we gonna leave that in the streets. You feel me?
Hey, like Nip said, I be on my business shit. Y'all bring out the loc in me. You feel me? Like, and like a broke weed head, my pistol will smoke for free. I always love that bar. But okay, so so you said that so you went in at 17, at what, or 18 technically. At what point, like when you first got there, did you feel like the older inmates were kind of like, okay, this guy's new, he's younger, we could try to manipulate him and try to make him into a soldier, crash out type thing? Did you feel like that energy, like that? Like, do older inmates that are more experienced try to prey on the younger ones? It's not just on some weird shit, but on some we gonna make you turn up.
Yeah, show turn because you're young. But it don't necessarily go like that, because you got dudes that's been there all these years and that's older homies that ain't did shit. You feel me? But you know, over time, like, you know, like when I first got there, I used to always ask my homie Joker. You know, I used to always ask him like questions like, "Hey man, how does he's like, man, you overthinking this shit, man. It ain't what." And then over time, I started realizing like these same dudes that's older than me, or you feel me? Like I mean, as far as just in my car, as far as Compton card and just dudes in general, like I'm like, man, they didn't turn out to be nothing that I thought they were. So that's what developed me as a man, even a young dude. Like, man, this dude ain't even, feel me? I had more rank than them, more heart than them, more, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because I can't even think about like me knowing myself at that age.
Yeah.
I would not be mentally prepared or able to even like, I would mentally break down and just I don't know how. What was it that gave you the strength? Like, did you find God? Did you find Allah? Like, what was it that gave you the strength?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like in the beginning, so like I said, I didn't think I was gonna be there that long, based on my appeal and how.
So you really thought this whole time, like, oh, what, you thought you'd be home in a couple of years type shit, or what?
No, but I'm not gonna lie, like during my 8th year, that's when I kind of like broke down because one of my boys, one of my Compton homies from Carver Park, from my boy P Twin, he was next door to me, and he said some shit like, man, damn, I'm glad I don't got that much time. Damn, I'm glad I got a date. And that shit like broke me because I had life at this time. So like, you feel me? That's when I really started getting tattoos and not giving a just like.
Yeah, you said that was like 2012. That's when.
Yeah, but I was saying that to say that it hit me. It was like, damn, I really got life. I really didn't have a chance to live as my, as my adult years. Like, damn, I really never got a chance to do, to have my own car, to do this or do that. Like, damn, I really lost my life at 17. And then what me up too, because I'm looking at like I was a good person.
You're gonna be out
like,
there,
I'm saying? Like, damn, how the fuck I get nothing like, and I always been a good person. You know what I'm saying? So